5 years ago, I bought this Evo. It's yellow, it's extremely rare, it's a very special car. It shows up in the US after all these years, and I'm gonna be honest, I was bummed. The paint basically looks like the entire car needs a repaint. However, after pushing this thing into a corner, crying about it for a couple nights, I decided to do a test spot to see if the paint could come back. This didn't make sense to me until I learned that these cars are single stage paint when they're not metallic. And this test spot right here leads me to think this is gonna be the craziest paint correction we've ever done on the channel, and we're starting right now. I also haven't washed the car since it showed up, so first step, we gotta get all that grime off from the sea, and we'll bring it over to the wash bay. See this thing? This is like the Australian equivalent of south of the border. This is like the halfway point when you're driving down the coast. That's so funny. It's such a flex that this car has this. I wonder if it used to be yellow.
It probably was.
That's crazy. I got a special guest joining me. If you guys don't remember, Rod, he helped out when we corrected Johan's car. I sent him a photo of this and I was like, dude, I know we've been wanting to correct another car. This is gonna be the craziest transformation, but I don't wanna mess it up. And there's probably not another person on this planet that knows the Grios lineup better than Rod.
Hey, I'm excited because I know we rescheduled this visit, kind of like this little episode, multiple times, right? So we finally got a chance to come down here and get this knocked out. And I know you did a great job up here on the roof. If we can get that roof looking as good as the fender, I think we'll accomplish our goal. And I know on Johan's car, the last time we were here, we worked on several different products in our foaming line. The one product we did use, because his was clear coated, was our foaming surface prep. And that's an alkaline-based product. But on this one, we want to be a little bit more cautious because this is single stage, and alkalines and single stage in direct sunlight, they don't probably play too well. So I think we're going to keep it safe. We can use our iron and fallout remover, definitely, that is pH neutral, and we can use our foaming surface wash.
General rule of thumb is to always start with the wheels and tires. I think one of my favorite things is using the foaming tire cleaner just in seeing all that dirt and stuff come off. And that's really what makes a difference of any sort of tire coating or tire shine lasting.
Cannon's primed.
Primed?
Yeah, it looks like it's working good.
What
You got to do a
primed?
test shot, make sure it's foaming. You know?
Yeah, you gotta prime it. What is it? How do you do it?
Yeah, no, you got to suck in. You got to.
Yo, chill, too early.
Suck in.
It's a joke, you don't need to actually prime it.
You're going the wrong way. Stop. This is going to end up on some bad video website or something.
Oh, yo, did I ever do that to you? I think I asked him to do that.
That would be a cool shot, though.
Yeah.
Have it come right at the camera.
We just need to get him prepped first. Didn't I do something like that to you once? Yeah, oh, I spit coffee at you. Yeah, you did. Put the clip in. Of course it's ethanol compatible, but what about coffee? Oh my God. This is basically like the surface prep, but less aggressive.
It is definitely less aggressive. So that is pH neutral, where the foaming surface prep is alkaline based, and that's going to help remove and loosen up some of the dirt that's bonded to the surface. But we're going to forego that because of the situation with the paint, and we're going to end up using the clay process to get rid of that bonded contaminant.
Are we doing iron and fallout?
We should put that on now.
Okay.
Let's just do that manually through the spray bottle if you want. And I personally would just go around and do window down, and we'll see what happens. I mean, we're going to see.
You want me to roll the windows down?
No, that's not what I meant.
Why do you only do windows down? No, I'm not. I'm like dead.
No,
why do you only do below
just
the
because,
windows?
Well, I mean, we could put it over the entire car, right? But I want to see if there's a lot of contaminant on it. So let's just do back here. Let's do it back on the rear tail panel.
Because we'll see it.
Yep, and we're gonna see it do its little magic. We're gonna see the bleeding effect. It's gonna turn that purple.
See, I like when we put this in the spray gun.
In the foam cannon.
Yeah.
Or you can actually drop the foam nozzle on there, the main cannon part, and actually foam it that way as well.
We'll see how this looks first.
The only thing to consider is that you're gonna dilute it with water a little bit. Let's knock this out first. Let's maybe put a little bit more on there.
Yeah, you know, they really like metal in Australia. I feel like before I get too deep in the video, I do need to give a very special thank you to the Fink family and to Jason over at Keep It Reet. The Finks helped me get this car stored and kept in Australia for a long period of time. Obviously, there's some fading that happened to the paint, but that's to happen, like for a car that's been outside for 5 years, it's to expected. I was cheap, I didn't want to pay for indoor storage. Jason helped get it shipped over here, so I'm eternally grateful, so don't take the video as this. It's just now we get a fun project to make it look even better. Pro tip, if your hand starts getting fatigued, the foam cannon from Grios will turn right onto their bottles and then you can foam it. You don't need to mix it or anything. It pre-mixes for you.
So you're gonna lose a bit of the strength if it were versus straight up out of the bottle, but it's still gonna be as effective as necessary to get all those iron particles out of there. Go to do the rinse, we recommend rinsing from the bottom up.
I don't understand that. I still don't get it. Can you explain it?
So the goal is, and this is primarily more important when you're using the foaming surface prep, because you want to give the product, whatever you're using, more dwell time on the surface. So if you're relying on the foaming surface prep, if we rinse from the top down, we don't allow the stuff that's been on the lower section of the car to have more dwell time. So we start flushing everything away. So if, let's just say theoretically, we have foaming surface prep over the entire car.
So foam from the top down, but rinse from the bottom up.
Yeah, bottom up.
But if I foam the bottom first, then that theory doesn't matter, right? Because then the stuff on the bottom would have been sitting in more time than the top.
I mean, if you're taking an hour to apply it to your car, that might be different. But if you're just giving it a good coating.
Got it, because it's okay.
Right, does that make sense? So, and size of the vehicle, those things play a factor.
It makes sense. I don't know if I buy it, but I'll do it.
All right, all right.
This stuff smells like my mom's tanning salon when I was a kid.
Oh, I love it, man.
Have I said that before? Did I say that every time? She used Australian Gold. That was the name of it. Suntan lotion. Brings back childhood memories.
I feel like I just went on a tropical vacation.
Yeah, right? Sorry! You know, when I was in college, I used to wash my car like twice a week. Isn't that crazy? I was driving this highway that it was called, well, I went over Red Bug Lake and they were just covered in bugs every time. Drive me nuts.
It wasn't just sitting in your driveway the whole time, was it?
No, I would drive it.
You actually drove it?
But it would, I would use, back in the day, it was, you know, the old school little wax that you'd get in a jar?
Wax or wash?
No, it was wax. Like I would hand wax the car. Clay barred it back in the day.
No
Sticky
kidding.
clay. Yeah, I was OG.
That was your
OG
pride and joy, your
boy.
possession, right?
Taught me to wash cars with a horsehair brush.
Yeah, I was gonna say, my dad washes his car with a Brillo pad and some spit. Oh! Fun fact, Rio's PFM towel stands for pure magic. And it's dry. And it'll do a whole car. Back when I was a kid, we used the same towels to shower with that we did to wipe down the car.
Matter of fact, you showered while you were washing the car?
No, I'd honestly use the nicer towels for the car and I'd just air dry. She ain't slick, listen, ready? It's clean, but she's tacky.
Do you want to do a 50-50 on the hood?
Hell yeah, dude, this
All
is
right.
YouTube, come on. We need the thumbnail.
Let's do that. So let's just mask that down the middle. And oh, we still need to clay this.
Oh yeah, we
Still-
do need it.
we
Yeah,
gotta clay
I was gonna tell you, we need to clay bar
Yeah,
this.
we got to clay it. This is our fine surface prep mitt. The heart of this, it's basically a synthetic clay. So I prefer this over our Brilliant Finish synthetic clay, which is a smaller footprint, if you want to call it, mainly because this is slightly more aggressive, so it's going to be a little bit faster in pulling off the contaminant, but I have more contact area. All right.
I've never seen this before.
Oh, you've never used that?
No,
That
I got
is insane.
I got these little boys.
Yeah, so lay this on here. That's
How much bigger?
the main reason.
Surface area right there.
Size does matter. So plus, this is just a little bit faster in pulling the contaminants off. And
Yeah, this
you
is
can
sick. But it's the same synthetic pad.
Same concept, yep.
Got it.
A synthetic clay, polymerized rubber, if you want to call it. A little bit more layers on this, so this will last you a little bit longer versus that. About 24 vehicles. This can be an average of 75, depending on what you're trying to remove.
That is more vehicles than I will ever clay bar in my lifetime.
Yeah.
So, questionably.
Got some speed shine. I got a bottle for you.
All right, cool.
I got a bottle. Let's get the clay in. So you got the height advantage on me, so.
Ooh, sandpaper sound.
So normally we recommend just kind of breaking these in on maybe your glass, windshield or something, a few passes, just to kind of get, you know, anything from manufacturing, being the condition of this paint, we're not going to hurt anything, that's for sure.
When you start, it feels like sandpaper. When you're done, it feels like air hockey.
Yeah.
That's the best way to explain it.
That's a good analogy, man.
It is, right?
I like that. That's pretty cool.
I was just thinking, I was like, what does this feel like? Like, you know when you put the little puck on the hockey table?
Yeah. Now we could have technically clayed this over in the wash bay. You know, we could have left some soapy water on there, come back and hit it with some speed shine as well. But being we're trying to get this out of the sun, it's just better off doing it inside.
Oh, you know what'd be so good for dinner? To go to that place in Sanford. I didn't realize your phone. There's this place. It's best for everybody because it's a big place. It's like a food hall, and they have a bunch of different restaurants. So then everyone can get what they want, and it's just like a cool little vibe. I think that's my new favorite spot.
Something for everybody.
Yeah, but it's kind of far from where you're staying.
Dude, I don't care. Is it 4
Oh, that'd be so
hours?
fun. I love there.
Is it 4 hours or?
No. This is what gets me excited in life. Yellow Evos and food halls. Casual reminder to please like the video. It makes all the difference in the video getting to reach other people. It helps it show up in people's Explore page. If you're subscribed to this channel, it helps give better odds of it showing up in your feed so you get a chance to watch it. Hit that like button. And also a reminder that time is running out if you guys want to place an order on LZMFG and still get in time for the holidays, whether it's for yourself, a loved one. Now's the time to guarantee it's going to show up for Christmas. So head over to the site. I'll put a link in the description. As always, appreciate the support and hope you're enjoying the video.
The kneading process can be somewhat a little bit more labor intensive, so a lot of people love doing the synthetic clay just because it's, I think, easier physically.
Not to mention your lady at home likes it a lot better too, and you don't come back with them chalky hands.
Yeah, but some ladies like a working man hand, you know, where it's calloused, and I don't know where we're heading with that.
Maybe
Yeah.
we like different type of ladies, and that's okay.
I've been claying all day, man. Look at my hands.
The look I just got from Booth. We got a couple different options. So what we've used in the past was the fast correcting cream, and then we could finish with something ceramic just to top it. We might try on this car a couple test spots with this. So this is like these combined, so you can actually like cut the paint, polish it, and leave the ceramic behind in one step. And then like, I guess that would be the same thing as doing this and this too, right?
Correct, yep, exactly.
So I'm curious how this works, but like, I don't know, I feel like I'm old school, so I almost want to do the 2 steps.
I think you'd be pretty impressed with that. You know, that's a really unique product. A lot of formulations going through to really dial that in. So a lot of people that don't want to do a dedicated 2-step, that would be the answer for you. But the understanding is you will always get better results by doing a dedicated paint correction process followed by some sort of a protection. And so the pad we want to use with this would be our orange correcting pad. We've got the G9 set up for 5-inch pads. What I kind of anticipated was working on this car because of the different body lines. There's some contours and some flat panels, so I think a 5-inch pad on the G9 would be a good setup.
Okay.
So we can work with that if you're okay with that. Orange correcting pad with this, with the ceramic all-in-one. Do a test spot and see how it turns out. And with this, when we're using it, we're pretty much gonna put it on, we're gonna work into the paint, and we're gonna make maybe 4 to 6 passes. And we're gonna immediately wipe it right off. We don't need to let it set. We wanna wipe it off while it's still wet, or I should say in a film state. And then that'll give us a good sense of what we're gonna get if we decided to go with that versus.
Cool.
If you wanna do just below here, let's just kind of work this area.
So we're gonna leave this side
Yeah,
old.
that's our after. This is our before, excuse me, that's our
Before.
This is our after.
So do just this lower spot?
Yeah, I don't know what speed that's at.
So that was 5 passes. You can definitely feel the slickness, but this thing's definitely, like, looking at it now that you can see through the clear,
Yeah.
you see all the like little pitting and stuff.
Yeah.
We're gonna need to be pretty aggressive.
Yeah, and you got to understand too, you know, this is a billboard for stone chips, right? So
True.
the whole front of this thing is going to be peppered with some small imperfections.
All right, this is a test spot now with fast correcting cream.
Yep. I can already tell. It's definitely deeper gloss,
Is it?
I think.
Like maybe it cut a little more?
Yeah, I think you pulled out a lot more oxidation. Now, if we went back, because there's a little bit less aggressive abrasive in the ceramic all-in-one versus the fast correcting cream, so we could have worked this a little bit longer.
Yeah, I did notice that. This one seemed like you could see the white faster.
Yep. Single stage, it's not a mystery, right?
You can compare the pads too.
Yeah.
This one's way more yellow than this one.
Yeah.
True.
So
and what's interesting too is maybe I didn't use enough product because you see it only pulled yellow
that could be
where
part
the
of it
product
too,
was.
and
Yeah.
sometimes just making a little bit slower pass, giving that product more time to work into that oxidized finish. We're going to get there one way or another, but I think the end result will be fast correcting cream will be a little bit more thorough and have a better effect on this particular paint.
Yep.
And then we can come back with one of the ceramic products as a final follow-up.
With clear, you don't want to go through the clear, but when you're single stage, like I feel
Absolutely.
like you can keep going until you can't anymore, right?
Right. So I think, you know, not knowing the history of the vehicle, we know it's single stage, right? That's a given. We don't know how much paint is on here, even if we measure this, because I believe we determined this is aluminum hood, but we don't know how much paint is on there. All paint? Is it
Primer.
some primer? Because there's other factors involved there. So I think we have to get to a point where, are we happy with an 8 or a 9? If we try to push it
It's
to
a
a
5.
10, we want to go to a 5.
No, it's an Evo 5.
Oh no, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You're being, it's a good one. I like that. So my point is, we want to be happy with an 8 or a 9 as far as our number we're shooting for. If we try to push it to a 10, is that a little too risky?
Yeah,
right?
no, that's fair. And then it doesn't leave any room for future.
Correct.
Should we use the micro polisher for these little areas?
I would definitely use that so we can get our little 1-inch pad inside there.
Do you want to work on that and I'll start doing the bigger areas?
Cool. Pretty obvious.
Hold on, I got a dangerous butter cookie in my mouth. Are you ready?
Yep.
Wow.
Is it as obvious on camera as it is in person?
It's hard to show, but you can definitely see it.
I think the clarity from that light right there, from the right to the left side,
Oh yeah.
more detail. So
We'll split up. I'll let you take the hard, more difficult areas.
I can work in these areas.
Yeah, if you want to do that, and then
this.
I'll start doing the other side of the hood.
I can work around all the small, tight stuff.
I'm excited for the hood to match the fender. So I think this fender was repainted at some point, which is why it didn't have a fail. I think that this is actually base clear.
Yeah.
And then this is single stage. So I bet once this is polished, it'll match this again.
So then the question is, do you want to do that now to like get that excitement off your chest?
I'm just gonna do it right now.
All right, all right.
Instant gratification.
We're gonna know.
I was an iPad baby before they had iPads. If I was Matt Mormon, oh yeah. Yup. That's the stuff. Your eyes start to look weird after staring
Yeah.
at yellow for so long.
Yep.
Everything looks the wrong color balance. I'm not joking.
You start seeing all like weird shading. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy. That car looks mint.
What's wild is, I mean, as soon as you start looking at this, the contrast before, this is so much
Oh yeah. Yellow.
yellow, matching yellow, I should say.
think the first bad news of this correction is that it's looking like now that the hood is correcting, this fender doesn't match. I had a feeling that this isn't single stage and this has been repainted too. Does it confirm? You're just rubbing the little,
Yeah, this has definitely got clear coat on it.
So maybe, I'm hoping that all it is needing to repaint this fender to get it to match.
So there's our hood.
Now that the hood is corrected, the hood looks great. This looks pale.
Yep.
Staring at yellow is kind of give us a headache, so we're going to take a little break, and we're going to do something with the chaser. So I tested this car the other day. We just put a big, thick front sway bar on it, and it's honestly my favorite version of this car. It drives so good. You guys will not be able to tell a single difference on camera, but I know how it feels in it. It's never a good side bite. It's always been very floaty. Now it feels, so I'm stoked. Front sway bar, stiffening that up will usually translate to a little less front grip and more rear side because you're jacking the rear. The big thing though is, Freddie brought to my attention that the good old Blitz intercooler that I have that's probably rated for maybe stock boost and a stock turbo was either creating a restriction and making the turbo chop hot air or just couldn't cool effectively enough because I did one lap at the compound and IAT's got to 200 degrees Fahrenheit, which is ridiculous. So we had a PWR intercooler laying around for an S15 that we were able to make fit that is rated for significantly more horsepower. This thing only makes 450, but we're gonna go test it. I'm gonna give Rod a ride because he's never been in a drift car, and we'll see if the data tells us that it made a difference.
Rod's first time going drifting.
Yeah, this is my first. I'm actually kind of freaking out a little bit right now. Not gonna lie.
I think you're gonna love it.
I'm used to going fast in a straight line, not in circles.
Yeah. This JDM muscle.
Gee.
What do you think of them apples?
Yeah, I might have to sell my Super B. Go with some JDM stuff.
Taxi!
You ready? Yeah.
What'd you think?
Woo! That was freaking awesome, dude. Holy God, dude. Yeah. That was insane.
Car's good.
Holy mackerel, man.
Nah.
Oh.
What'd you think of that?
I'm addicted, man. That was just insane. I want to just start drifting now. I think that was the most amazing thing ever.
That's tends to happen to people.
Total controlled chaos. As far as
Controlled spinning out.
Yeah.
This is a totally random side quest. We have this car in the background. This is a random marketplace pickup that I paid way too little money for. I think the clears failed, but we're just gonna see for the hell of it if it can come back or not for fun.
Yeah, by the way, for the next 5 minutes, I don't work for Griot's. I do not condone this, but...
I was telling him, I was like, it'd be really fun if we tried to do a power buff on this car where like, we have 15 minutes to clay bar the entire car and buff the entire car. How good can we get it?
Yeah.
We'd be sweating.
Swap pads. Ooh. Oh yeah, it's got a little bit of...
That means we're through the clear.
That, or it's just got some single stage on there. It could even be a tinted clear.
Note that we're using the yellow pad from the other car. Look at the yellow. Comment below if you want to see us make one of those videos. Oh, dude, this is gonna be good. I was gonna say we can make one of those videos where it's like turning a. I paid $1,000 for this car, and it's like a pretty nice 330 that's just been really mal taken care of. I think this could be a couple $1,000 car, like $5,000 at least. Once this, dude, look at that.
That's pretty insane.
It's ridiculous. Oh, you want to do it? You do it.
Man,
Do the honors. Bruh. That's crazy. Even look at the line with the trunk.
Crap. Wow.
Damn, this thing would be fire.
Can you imagine?
A little PDR, some BBS wheels,
Some
BC
fresh wheels.
coilovers, Garrett turbo, forged internals. This thing would be mint.
Let's do it. There's about a 10-minute cure time for the ceramic wax. So we're gonna split the car down the middle. You'll take one half, I'll take the other. Just apply it, get it from the pad to the surface. We're not trying to work it in as far as buffing process, just apply it. Let it cure for about 10 minutes, and we're gonna take a damp towel. Basically, theoretically, we wanna get a towel completely wet. That's our initial wipe off, and then we chase it with a dry towel.
Got it.
We're done. Ceramic liquid wax, this is now our longest lasting protectant that we have across the board. And it is no abrasive in that whatsoever. So the goal of that is just pure protection.
So we're gonna use a pad to basically just spread it across the surface faster than doing it by hand.
Yeah.
But it's not actually like buffing it.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So since there's no abrasive in there, it's not doing any correction, anything to alter the gloss level, other than giving us protection that we're looking for.
Got it.
We could apply it by hand, but I think the machine's gonna be a lot faster. Just kind of, pick your section that you're gonna work it in and just kind of keep moving around, and that's it.
Are we just gonna do the whole car
Let's
and
do
then
the
wipe
whole
it
car.
down?
Yeah, we've got
Okay.
a 10-minute window, and I
Got it.
guarantee you that we can knock this out in 5 minutes if we're that good.
We both have a call in like 20 minutes. We're like, all right, we're gonna knock the whole car out. This isn't any movie magic here, you know?
Right.
But
So if you think you need to reapply more on your pad,
yeah,
when you make a pass or two and you don't see product coming off onto the panel, time to put a couple more drops on.
I'm doing a crosshatch, which you don't need to do. It just helps me make sure that I didn't miss a spot on the panel, because all we need is coverage. Damp wipe, chase with dry. Does the wet towel just help, like, kind of, instead of having to rub so hard to get the residue off?
Yep, helps it set the ceramic a little bit better, and then you're not gonna fight it as much, and then your dry towel just wipes off any excess residue.
How long does the protection of this stuff last?
I mean, in this case, because I know this is gonna be kept inside and kind of pampered the rest of its life, I would say you're well over a year.
Okay. We gotta take the tape off, clean the glass, do the tires, and she's almost done. Car's now corrected and protected, which leaves two last steps. One, clean the mess that I made on the glass. Two, tire shine. I'm gonna start with the tire shine. You guys know I talk on anyone that likes really, really glossy tires, and I tell everyone to buy the satin tire shine. But Rod wants me to try the ceramic stuff because it lasts longer, and he says it's actually a little bit more satin than the satin, which would be sick.
I love it. I was a satin guy for a long time, and as soon as I started using our ceramic tire dressing, that is my go-to for tires.
We'll let YouTube be the judge. Thick John's on it, but
Couple passes,
I don't want to sling, you know.
right up against the edge of the rim there if you want.
So the only downside of this is we got to use an applicator instead of just spraying it right on.
Right.
I mean, it doesn't look right off rip like it's screaming at me, shiny boy. You know?
Yeah.
No, it's got a nice finish to it.
Yep.
So this no sling dries pretty much to the touch. So
I'm curious the longevity. I know it's longer, but like if it really is that much longer, like I f with it, you know?
Yeah, I'll let you say that word. It's my go-to, like I said. There's advantages and disadvantages, and I think the advantage of this is you apply it by hand, so you're not wasting it. If you're trying to hit something with an aerosol product on your sidewall, you've got to worry about overspray, windy days, things like that, and getting it on the paint.
Yeah, the paint, getting it on the paint is my only gripe.
And that's not a problem, it'll wipe right off, but it's just, you got to go back and chase it.
That wasn't a sneeze. I think I got the sneeze before it came. Last step, window. Woo, the transformation's insane. Thank you, Rod. This was a lot of fun. Pleasure having you come down to take care of this. And honestly, I think the transformation was about what I expected it to be, if not better, but it was a lot easier and a lot faster.
Yeah, I think it turned out great. It was really cool to see this go from that pale yellow to a nice, deep, bright yellow. It was awesome.
I mean, I'd say probably if you combine the time we spent on this, maybe 8 hours total to get the car to this point, which isn't bad. If you guys want to find any Grios products, we have a pretty wide array on the LZ site. Feel free to go check it out. And I want to know what you guys want to see next with this car. It's been a while since I've had it. Part of me wants to stack all the Evos up and do like a little challenge with all of them, since they're all like slightly different iterations of street car, race car, bigger turbo, smaller turbo. But it's been a while since we've had some Evo content on the channel. The white car's finally back up and running again, so we can do some Evo stuff soon. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you again, Rod.
My pleasure.
And we'll see you guys soon.
Thanks.
You gotta climb it. How you go?
You gotta suck it.
Yo, chill. Too early.
Stop. He's gonna end up on something.